Today's topic is on quotient of variation. So this topic is from measures of central tendency and variability, which is the second chapter from probability and statistics. Now we have to learn the quotient of variation and why it is used. Generally, it is used for comparison of two classes or two categories or two companies or two teams or two firms or two industries. While comparison, this CV, quotient of variation, will be very helpful. And let's learn this quotient of variation. Quotient of variation CV is defined as the ratio of the standard deviation sigma to the arithmetic mean x bar, and it is often expressed as a percentage. So here is the formula: quotient of variation is equal to sigma by x bar into 100, where x bar not equals 0. So here is a small note for everyone here. While comparing between the two companies, so there will be two means and two standard deviations and two quotients of variations. So here the distribution having greater quotient of variation is said to be more variable than the other. So among team A and team B, so which is having greater quotient of variation is said to be more variable than the other. The distribution having lesser quotient of variation is said to be more consistent than the other. If it is having a lesser CV, then we say that it is more consistent. That team is said to be more consistent, whichever we have lesser CV. So whichever we are having a greater CV, we say that the team is more variable than the other. So note this point. Next one is analysis. Comparison of two frequency distributions with the equal means. Suppose two distributions are having the same means. X1 bar is equal to x2 bar is equal to x bar. But the different standard deviation sigma 1 and sigma 2 respectively. The quotient of variation is given as a sigma 1 by x bar into 100 and sigma 2 by x bar into 100. Thus, the series can be compared using sigma values, sigma 1 and sigma 2. Here, the series with lower standard deviation, see here, the lower standard deviation are said to be more consistent than the other series with the greater standard deviation. Here, the series with greater standard deviation are said to be more dispersed than the other. See here, more and less. So, when we compare lower value of standard deviation, more consistent, greater standard deviation, more dispersed than the other. Now, let's get started to solve the problems. See here, this is the first problem. See, this one is the first problem here. The students of two sections, see here, section A and section B of the classes show the following performances in a test. For 100 marks, which section of the students has great variability in performances? See here, coming to variability. So here, this is the variability. If you check for the variability here, so we should get greater CV. So for getting whichever the section gets greater CV, we say that they are more variable according to our note here. So keep it in mind. And here are the two sections. The number of students in section A is 50 and the number of students in the section B is 60. And here the average x bar is equal to, this is 45 and this one is also 45. So these two are same. And next one, this is variance. Variance is nothing but sigma square. Sigma square value is equal to 64 and this is 81. So section 1, this is a sigma 1 square is equal to 64 and the standard deviation we have to compare, that is root 64, which is equal to 8. And likewise, sigma 2 square, the variance is given, the variance is equal to sigma 2 square is equal to 81 and sigma 2 is equal to root 81, sigma 2 is equal to 9 here. So this is 9 and this is 8. See here, the standard deviations are 8 and 9. So this value is 8 and this value is 9. So sigma 1 value is 8 and sigma 2 value is 9. So when we have an equal means here, see, when we are having equal means, see, when we are having equal means, we have to compare the standard deviation. So here, lower standard deviation is said to be more consistent. And here, greater standard deviation is said to be more dispersed than the other. So watching that one, so we have to compare these two. When the mean values are equal as 45 for both the sections, and section B is having great variability in the performance. See here, while sigma 2 value is greater value, so it is having a greater value and therefore section B is having greater variability, has greater variability in the performance. This is how we have to check if you are having equal means. And the second question here is, see here, Goals scored by team A and B in the football season are as follows. So the number of the goals scored in the match and the number of matches team A and this is team B. See here. So these are the values given. So these are the number of the matches for team A and team B. Now we have to calculate the standard deviation for each case here. For calculating the standard deviation, so this is team A and this value is team B. As I've already said you how to calculate the standard deviation. So these are all the x values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the question 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the frequency values here for team A is 24, 9, 8, 5, 7, 5, 4. So these are all the frequency values for team A. And see here D value is equal to, so A I'm taking as 2. So if I take what will be D, xi minus A. So here what is x here? 0 minus 2 is minus 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2 value here. So we have to make fi into di. So we have to multiply these two. That is minus 48. This is minus 9, 0. This is 5 and this is 8. So di square. So if you make a squares out of this, that is 4, 1, 0, 1, 2, and if you multiply, so this will be the column. See clear? So sigma fi di value is minus 44 and sigma fi di square value is 126 for team A, and this value is a sigma f. Sigma f value is nothing but n value which is equal to 50. So this value is 50. So this is for team A. And for team B, again x values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the question, and team B frequency values are 25, 9, 6, 5, 5. So these are the frequency values. Now if I take this as a value, so d is equal to xi minus a, that is 0 minus 2 is minus 2, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 4 minus 2 is 2, and fi into di. So if I multiply these two, this will be minus 50, minus 9, 0, this is 5, and this value is 10. If you make a squares out of these and multiply, so this will be the column. So these two are the values for team B. So this is team B and this is team A. Now we have to calculate the standard deviation for comparing. See here, all the values I have taken. A is equal to 2, sigma fi di is minus 44, and sigma f is 50, and sigma fi d I square is 126 for team A, and these are the values for team B. So here, what is the mean value? So mean is equal to x bar is equal to, this is A plus, this is a sigma fi di by sigma f. This A value is equal to 2, sigma fi di value is minus 44, and sigma f value is equal to 50. So this will be the mean value, that is 1.12. And what is the sigma value? So here is the formula, that is 1 by n times of sigma fi di square minus, this is sigma fi di by n whole square. So here, if you compare this one, sigma fi di value is nothing but 126 by 50 minus, this is minus 44. This value is minus 44 by 50 whole square. The value here is 1.32. And now, according to the team B, so here the mean value is equal to, after substituting 2 minus 44 by 50, 44 by 50, the value is 1.22. If you see, the mean values are same. And next one, this is a sigma value, that is sigma fi di square by n minus sigma fi di by n whole square. So if you substitute all the values here, we got 1.42. And see here, we are talking about the consistency. While talking about the consistency, see here, the lesser quotient of variance is said to be more consistent than the other. So use this point. So we have to check for lesser quotient of variance. So on comparison, so which team has lesser quotient of variance? Team A. Team A is 1.32 and team B is having 1.42. So this one is lesser. Hence, here we find the means are equal. So here 1.12, 1.12 are equal, and on comparing the standard deviation, team A is lesser than team B, and therefore team A is more consistent. Clear? So this is how we have to solve. And the next question from the textbook itself is, see here, the lives of two models of the refrigerators A and B. So this is about the refrigerators A and B are given below. Which refrigerator model would you suggest to purchase? So what is the refrigerator you choose to purchase? Next one, see here, this is the lives in years, model A and model B. So these are from 0 to 2 years, 2 years to 4 years, 4 years to 6 years, 6 to 8, and 8 to 10. This is model A and this is model B here. Model B, all the frequency values are given. Now we have to uh, take this continuous frequency distribution table, 0 to 2 to 8 to 10, and these are all the mid values, that is 0 plus 2 by 2 1, 2 plus 4 by 2, that is 6 by 2 3, this is 10 by 2 5, this is, if you add these two, 6 plus 8 by 2 14, and 8 plus 10 by 2, this is 9. So these are all the square values. So here for the model 2, these are all the frequency values, that is 5 6 13 7 5. And if you multiply these two, this will be 5, 16 into 3 is 48, 13 into 5 is 65, 7 into 7 is 49, and this value here, if you observe, this one is 5 into 9 is 45. So if you multiply these two, this will be the column, and if you add all these, so keep it aside here. And next, model B, so these are all the frequency values I have noted here. And xi, so what is xi here? 1 3 5 7 9. So if you multiply these two, so this will be the column. If you multiply with the squares, that is 1 into 2 2, that is 9 into 21, this is 63. And next one here, the values here, so 25 into 60, this is 300. So these are the columns. So these are for model B refrigerators, and these are all the values for model A refrigerators. Now we have to make a mean out of it. For model A, see here, for model A, and this is also model A. So model A, sigma x bar is equal to, see here, sigma fi xi by sigma f. So sigma fi xi, the value is 212 by 46. 212 by 46, this is 4.2 is the x bar value. And next one, for model A, see, sigma a square is equal to sigma, this is root over fi xi square by n minus sigma fi xi by n whole square. So here the square value here is 1 2. So this is 1222 by 50 minus 212 by 46. So this is 212 by 46, here also 46 whole square. So if you make using calculator, if you make a calculation, this will be 2.319. So this is sigma value. And next one, for model B here, so this is model B value. So in this case also, I want the mean. So here mean value is equal to sigma fi xi by, this one is a sigma f, that is 297 by 41. So this value is a 6.06. And here sigma B, standard deviation, here value is also the same formula here. If you substitute with these two values, and we are getting the values as 2.147. See here the quotient of variation of model B. So the quotient you have to compare. So here the formula is sigma A by x bar A into 100. The first model here we have to take these values, that is the first value is 2.319 by, the value here is 4.6. So the value here is 4.6 into 100. The value here is 50.41. And next one, the quotient for model B value is, sigma B value is 2.147, and this value, the mean value here is 6.06 into 100. The value here is this one. So here if you compare, so which quotient of variation is higher? This is higher, that is 50.41 is higher, and therefore hence the model A refrigerator is suggested to purchase. So this is so important that on comparing the CV, so the CV of model A is more, and therefore we suggest model A refrigerator is suggested to purchase. And this is our third question. And next one, fourth question. This one is the fourth question here. So in example 6, the quotient of, how to find the quotient of variance. Quotient of variance formula is nothing but, see here, sigma x by x bar into 100 into 100. So x bar is given as this one, and sigma x is given as this one. So the quotient of variation is so simple that sigma x is 88.52 divided by 278.47 into 100. The value here is 31.79. So coming to fifth question here. So this is also so simple. The following data gives the analysis of the month-wise wages paid to the workers of firm A and firm B belonging to the same industry. Which firm has a greater variability in individual works, and which firm has larger wage bills. So here this is firm A and this value is firm B. And there is a comparison. The number of the workers here are 500. Here the number of workers here are 600. Average value here X bar is equal to 186 for one firm and 175 for one firm. And the variance value, the variance is difference. Sigma square value is 81 and this one is 100. So here sigma A, firm A square is equal to 81 is given, and the standard deviation value is equal to root 81, which is equal to 9. And the variance for B value is given as 100, and the standard deviation for B is equal to root 100, which is equal to 10. So we need these values, sigma values we are needed. This one is 9 and this one is 10. See here, keep it aside. See here, for firm A, the variance is sigma 1 square is 81 and sigma value is equal to 9. And for firm B, sigma 2 value is equal to 100 and sigma 2 is equal to 10. The CV here is, the CV for the distribution of the wages is sigma 1 by x1 bar into 100. What is sigma 1 here? Sigma 1 is nothing but 9, x1 bar is equal to here, this is 180. So this one is 180 and let me check. There is 186 in the textbook. This is 9 divided by 186 into 100. The value here is 4.84. So this value is 186. We have to substitute here. This value is 186. 186, 9 by 186 into 100. This is 1.84 is the answer. And the CV for B. And this is for A. Here is sigma 2 by x2 bar into 100. What is sigma 2 value? Sigma 2 for B2 value is 10 here, and this is average value, x bar value is 175 into 100 is the value is 5.71. So here we have to compare the variability. So here I will show you the note here. So on comparing the variation, the greater quotient of variation is said to be more variable. So we have to check for CV greater value for CV. So which one is having a greater CV? 5.74 is greater, and therefore the CV of firm B is greater than firm A. And therefore we conclude that B has a greater variability in individual wages. So you got an idea. And the next one, the number of the workers in firm A is, number of workers in firm A is 500 and the average year is 186. The average wages is 186 rupees, and therefore the total daily wages paid to the workers is n1 into x1, that is this values the 93,000. And see here for firm B, number of workers here are 600, and therefore 600 into the average value, the average wages value is 175. That is for firm B. For firm B, this is a 600 into 175. The value is 1,05,000. On comparing these two, see the second question here is which firm has larger wage bill. So the bill here is for firm B is greater. Therefore, the firm B has larger wage bill. And this is how we have to compare the bill values, that is N1 into X1, 500 into 186, and here 600 into, this is a 600 into 175, here 500 into 186. And this is how we have to, variance is given. If the variance is given, we have to find out the standard deviation and we have to find out the CV. And for CV there is a formula, that is sigma x1 into 100, sigma x1 by x1 bar into 100. On comparing the CV, which is greater, is having a greater variability in the individual wages, and this is of the larger wage bill. And the next one, the last one here is from the textbook here. The scores of two cricketers A and B in 10 innings are given here. Find who is better run getter and who is more consistent player. Talking about the consistency here. So when you talk about the consistency, here is a note that the lesser CV, the lesser quotient of variation is said to be more consistent. So talking about the consistency, we have to check for lesser CV value. Clear? And now we have to calculate this one. So these are the scores of A and these are the scores of B. And now see here, the cricketer A average value here is. So these are x1 values and these are x2 values. So this is of cricketer A and this is of cricketer B values. So if you see, check this one. So these are the values. If you add up, this is 540. So x bar value. So how you are getting x bar value? X bar value is nothing but the total by the number of players here. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So x bar value is nothing but 540 by, see this, so the total here is 540 divided by 10, the value here is 54. So we have to subtract from x 54. So this is 40 minus 54 is minus 14, 25 minus 54 is 29, modulus. So this value is minus, and the 19 minus 54 value is 35, and let me check once. See here, there is minus here. So from each and every x value, we have to subtract minus 54 as it is the average value x bar 54. So this will be the column. If you make a squares, this will be the column and the total here is 10596. And here for team B, these are all the values. And if you add up, this is 380. For team B, this is 380 by total number of players are 10. So therefore, the mean is 38. So we have to subtract from y bar minus 38. So here 28 minus 38 this one, and 70 minus 38 is this one, 31 minus 38 is minus 7, and so on. So if there are any mistakes here, please use your calci and don't highlight it because it is straightly taken from the textbook and you can solve by your own. So these are all the square roots and this is the column and this is the final answer. This is the total answer. Now we have to form the standard deviation for A. Standard deviation for A is sigma x is equal to, see here, x minus x bar whole square by n. So here the total value is 10596 by n here is 10. So here this is 32.55. On comparing the standard deviation for B, for the B team here is same sigma y by root over yi minus y bar by n whole square. This is yi minus y bar whole square by n. So this total is 10,674 divided by 10 square. So this value is 32.67. Now we have to find the CV for A. So the CV for A is nothing but sigma x by x bar into 100. What is the sigma x? Sigma x is nothing but 32.55 by x bar is nothing but 54. 54 into 100, the value here is 60.28. And next one, CV of B. CV of B is also the same formula, sigma y by y bar into 100. What is the sigma y? That is 32.67 by y bar. So y bar is nothing but 38. 38 into 100, the value here is 86. On comparing, see here, we are talking about the consistent players. So we need the less CV value. So this value is the less. So here 60.28 is less. The CV of A is less than CV of B. The cricketer A is more consistent player. So this is how we have to check. Hope you all guys understand what is the quotient of variation and at what time we have to take the greater CV and at what time you have to take a lesser CV, and how to compare if the means are equal. We have to compare with the standard deviation. It is the most important question. All the problems in the textbooks are given solutions, and if you practice, definitely you can solve by your own, and it is a simple topic. If you keep two things in mind, for greater CV we are getting more variability, and for lesser CV we are getting more consistency. So this is the point which you have to remember, and this is the most important topic. If you really like, you know what to do, please pass it on to your friends. Subscribe to this channel, stay connected for more videos, and my next video will be, my upcoming video will be about the skewness, and this is also very important topic, and don't miss this video. And definitely go to the playlist. So many videos are uploaded for your preparation, and definitely it will be very helpful for your preparation. Thank you so much for watching and staying till the end, and support that you have given till date.